Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me. Today is just a sit down video of some opinions that I have and some epiphanies that I've had. First of all, I think people in their 20s and in their 30s should not be freaking out about getting too old. People in the 20s and 30s should not be freaking out about getting too old. I was making a decade plan for myself. What am I going to do when I'm 39? So I'm 28 right now. And I was thinking, what am I going to do when I'm 38? What am I going to do when I'm 48, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98? I plan to live like really long, right? Everyone should be planning to live long. And then I realized that I've been stressing out about not having a stable life since I was 19. And now I'm 28. And this is no time to be stressed out about where to be in life. You're not supposed to have settled down at this age because you have like 6 or 7 more decades to go. And you have so much to do, so much to figure out, so much to see. So anyone who's under that pressure, I just want to bring this forward to you. Maybe your life makes more sense with that sort of stability very early on. But I don't see the point in freaking out so early in life and thinking that most of my life is left. No, dude, like I have so much more to do. Okay, so having said that, I have created a plan for myself for every decade of my life, which I am going to pull out and talk about in a minute. So I have this sheet on my neural network Excel, which is just everything that I need to remember as a human being, and everything I plan goes on this sheet. So I have one of the sheets, they're called birthday promise, where I just write down the promises that I make to myself each year on my birthday that I wish to continue. And over here I've written all my decades, and they're all number 8 because I'm 28 right now and I'm starting this activity as a 28-year-old. So I'm going to be counting each decade as 28, 38, 48, 58, because that's when the decade would end for me. Or that would be a section of a deck. I hope I'm making sense. So I have written down 8 through 98. And corresponding to that are all the things that I want to do those years or have done those years. When I was 8, I had an amazing birthday party in Assam. We had invited around 15 kids and around 70 kids showed up. When I was 18, I was partying with my friends at Manipal, and I was crying because I was so overwhelmed that everyone showed up to celebrate my birthday. When I was 28, I was in Boulder, Colorado with Heidi, my beautiful friend, and I was hiking in the mountains. By 28, I've done a lot of travels, and I've seen a lot of places, and I've done a lot of hikes. I'm very, very proud of myself at 28. Also, between 18 to 28, I got a bachelor's degree and 2 master's degrees, and have had over 5 jobs at very good companies. I've had wonderful bosses, wonderful peers, wonderful experiences. Also moved to America. By the time I'm 38, I want to have my rock band and I want to be a musician, a singer, and I'm giving myself 10 years to prepare for that and to train for that. When I'm 48, I want a cafe in Europe with a theme that is Indian, and I want to, on the menu, I want there to be a lot of Indian teas and Indian spices and a lot of great stuff. By 58, I want to start my business, my dream business, which is Melt. I don't want to talk too much about it right now. When I'm 68, I'm going to be doing a month-long Vipassana, which is just a silent meditation retreat. When I'm 78, I want to be a grandmother and I want to have a beautiful garden where I can pick fruits and berries and vegetables. When I'm 88, I want to have a beach house and I want to have like a little beach shop where I can make drinks and serve it to people. And I've written on here that when I'm 98, I want to be a model. Which, one of my dreams in life is to become an elderly model. That's what I'm preparing for. And sitting in the sun without wearing sunscreen is not helping. But that is one of my dreams. I want to be an old lady model someday because I think they're beautiful. And I think there's something very elegant about reaching a certain age and looking beautiful. And I think age gives you beauty. But if you age gives you beauty as a proof of you having treated yourself well. I feel much more beautiful than I felt when I was 18. So yeah, these are my 8 these are all of my decade goals. Those are my dreams. These are my decade-long dreams. Somewhere in there is being the best experience designer in the world. A couple of things that I think are going to change as the decades go by is that I think artificial intelligence is going to take over a lot of industries and we're going to have a lot of free time. And the focus of humanity is going to turn upwards towards the sky, and the space industries are going to have a huge boom, not only in terms of investment but also in terms of interest. People are going to start looking up, and it's going to be everybody's concern at that point. Nobody's going to be talking about the job market. People are going to be talking about what planets we've just been to or what stars we've explored. So yeah, the future is going to be looking straight up. Also, some of the industries that are going to have a lot more opportunities, I think, are the outdoor adventure industries, where it's very hard to hand off the safety of human beings to artificial intelligence or robots. And I think it's gonna be a while before we can build robots that can be a kayaking instructor or a belayer, or I know there's already auto belays, but you know what I mean. We won't have a robot who can take you out to Mount Rainier or the Everest Base Camp or stuff like that. So these are a few industries that I think are going to do well in the future as the decades go by. And my decade list is going to keep revamping itself. I'm pretty sure that when I'm a decade in the future, I'm going to want different things. I want different things every single day. So yeah, this was my mini video. My mom always watches all of my videos and she's my biggest fan. So thank you, Mama, for watching me. I love you. And I hope you all have a great, sunny, beautiful, warm day. Bye.